Perfect World Episode 194, The Immortal Valley's Ultimate Genius Competition has begun. While cultivating the Willow God's method, number 10 suffered unimaginable trauma. Continuing from the last episode, following number 10's successful tribulation, Gua Jianyun also successfully overcame his. Although his Purple Lightning Tribulation was not as impressive as number 10's Golden Lightning Tribulation, many powerful native clans still attempted to recruit him. They believed his potential would allow him to challenge the strongest tribulation in the future. A terrifying aura shook every small world within Immortal Valley. From a large black crack above the Cloud Realm's void, a massive golden palace emerged. This time, it wasn't a phantom, but a true manifestation. News of this swept through the entire Immortal Valley. Many knew this signified the imminent appearance of the ancient arena, seeking heroes for a grand battle, a clash of geniuses. The final victor would claim the opportunities within. Following the appearance of the Golden Dao Palace, an ancient dueling arena gradually materialized. It was vast, like an island suspended in the air. Although the arena looked dull and simple, the dark red bloodstains and broken weapons upon it immediately evoked a sense of terrifying killing intent carried by the wind, as if it could devour one's soul. Even a glance was enough to make one tremble in fear. This was Immortal Valley's ultimate battleground, the dueling arena for the chosen prodigies. Since ancient times, countless experts from various clans had perished upon it. If one were to ask where the most ancient prodigies died, it was undoubtedly on this arena. In the past, heroes emerged in droves, and every grand battle ignited the Immortal Valley, stirring the blood. Especially this time, experts from all generations had gathered. Many were already filled with anticipation, eager to witness the battle between the top prodigies. Even the native inhabitants of Immortal Valley were stirred. For everyone, this was a world-renowned event. At the same time, people sighed, lamenting how quickly this arena had appeared. Immortal Valley had only been open for a few years, yet it was already time for the ultimate showdown. Meanwhile, in another small world, the Dawn Realm, a massive bolt of lightning appeared, startling all beings. Everyone looked up towards the Dawn Dynasty. Undoubtedly, Zhixian had also begun his tribulation. The lightning he attracted was terrifying, far surpassing Gua Jianyun's. People could vaguely see the blood moon shaking above the Dawn Dynasty, the red sun shining brightly. A sea of lightning enveloped that part of the sky, but no one dared approach. Because an ancient formation remained there, a place where even heavenly gods had fallen. Meanwhile, in another cursed land, a place where even natives dared not venture, people saw a white-clad man carrying a celestial map rush into the sea of lightning. Someone recognized him as the 6 Crowns King, Mingzhuan, undergoing his tribulation. The 10 Crowns King was even more formidable. He went straight to a black sea of death to face his tribulation. The entire sea was engulfed by lightning, utterly terrifying. On this day, many earth-shattering events occurred in Immortal Valley. Multiple tribulations erupted until finally, all returned to tranquility. But no one knew if they had survived. After all, whether it was the Dawn Dynasty or the Sea of Death, they were all terrifying forbidden zones. Ordinary people wouldn't dare to trespass. Therefore, the success of the 3 experts' tribulations remained a mystery. Someone swore they had seen Zhixian of the Dawn Dynasty bleeding in the void, struck by a massive bolt of lightning. His body had cracked open. Soon, another claimed Mingzhuan had also fallen. When the final lightning bolt struck, his body was cleaved in two. Finally, a creature from the sea claimed they had seen the 10 Crowns King pierced by lightning, his broken body falling into the sea of death. This news shocked the entire Immortal Valley. People speculated that with the arena's appearance, the 3 were eager to break through, hoping to use the tribulation to reach their peak strength, leading to this terrible outcome. Immortal Valley was restless. With the disappearance of the 3 experts, number 10 clearly stood out even more. Many silent tribes had mobilized, preparing to meet number 10. Because only he had the hope of obtaining the Lightning Tribulation's legacy. Number 10 had been at the ancestral land of the 8-armed Hun clan, cultivating and closely following news of the arena, waiting for the day it would open. He was closely monitoring news of the arena, waiting for the day it would open. Number 10 was invited back to Seoul Island by the Han clan's experts because 3 beings in silver robes wanted to see him. They were experts from the Silver Snow Demon Witch clan. 2 of them, a man and a woman, were heavenly gods. A man and a woman, their blood chi surged, their bodies shining like silver suns. There was also a young man, high-spirited, with an extraordinary air. He had already reached the great perfection stage of true God. Clearly, the 2 heavenly gods were there to protect him. This indicated the young man's extraordinary status. The old heavenly god of the 8-armed Han clan had a bad feeling. This clan was extremely powerful. Most frighteningly, they also had an old patriarch who, though cursed, remained conscious. In the past, the 8-armed Han clan would have been wary. But now, with their bone ancestor having regained consciousness, they were naturally confident. Upon seeing number 10, the young man. Smiling, the young man introduced himself as Ning Kuan. Seeing the visitor's politeness, number 10 naturally reciprocated. The 2 drank and chatted for a long time, discussing cultivation, secrets, and recent events in Immortal Valley. Number 10 suddenly understood. Ning Kuan's clan was there to poach him, wanting him to join their clan. Clearly, the Silver Snow Demon Witch clan also knew that number 10 could obtain the Lightning Tribulation's legacy and lift the native's curse. However, number 10 didn't express his opinion. Seeing this, Ning Kuan directly addressed the topic, asking number 10 to go with them. But number 10 refused without hesitation. He could sense that although Ning Kuan was smiling, he was still arrogant at heart. If it weren't for needing him, Ning Kuan probably wouldn't have been so polite. After being politely refused, Ning Kuan lost his patience. After talking for so long, the other party had pretended ignorance and ultimately rejected him. One of the male heavenly gods who came with Ning Kuan said to number 10, "Little friend, if you come to our Silver Snow Demon Witch clan, no one will dare to trouble you. Our clan has supreme experts as protection." Number 10 directly replied, "I'm sorry, I don't want to go." Number 10 felt that if he joined this clan, he would most likely be placed under house arrest, forced to provide them with the Tribulation Legacy liquid. Ning Kuan, no longer bothering with pleasantries, said coldly, "Think carefully. If you join our clan, you can focus on your tribulation and obtaining the Lightning Tribulation's legacy. We will give you the best care." But number 10 still shook his head, refusing to go. Seeing this, Ning Kuan revealed his true nature. With an icy stare, he said, "This isn't up to you. You'd better not refuse a toast only to be forced to drink a forfeit." Hearing this, number 10 was completely enraged. He told Ning Kuan to get lost. The old heavenly god of the 8-armed Han clan, with a darkened face, warned, "Silver Snow Demon Witch clan, don't go too far. This is the territory of the 8-armed Han clan." Relying on the 2 heavenly gods, Ning Kuan said calmly, "No one can stop the Silver Snow Demon Witch clan from taking who we want. No one can stop us." Hearing this, the other heavenly gods of the Han clan also rushed over, standing with the old heavenly god, ready to strike at any moment. But Ning Kuan remained arrogant, scoffing, "8-armed Han clan. Do you want to bring about your clan's destruction? We only want to take him. I advise you to back down." The 8-armed Han clan experts were completely furious. They all surrounded Ning Kuan and the other 2. Seeing that a great battle was about to erupt, Ning Kuan crushed a jade token. The void distorted, and the heavens and earth trembled violently. A powerful silver-haired old man appeared, the terrifying aura he released causing Seoul Island to collapse. Everyone collapsed to the ground. Only then did everyone understand why Ning Kuan was so fearless. He had actually summoned the clan's old patriarch. The appearance of a supreme expert was enough to suppress all clans, to sweep away all opposition. Although it was only a projection, it was still extremely terrifying. However, mobilizing the true body consumed a lot of precious resources. Therefore, under normal circumstances, Ning Kuan's bone ancestor wouldn't leave the tribe. Just then, a disheveled old man emerged from behind Seoul Island. It was the bone ancestor of the 8-armed Han clan, The aura he emanated was just as terrifying as the previous old man. The Silver Snow Demon Witch clan's bone ancestor was shocked. He hadn't expected the Hun clan's bone ancestor to regain consciousness. The 8-armed Hun clan's bone ancestor said, "This isn't a suitable place. Let's go over there and talk." Only after the two left did things return to normal. Shihao kicked Ning Kuan in the face, breaking his teeth. The 8-armed Hun clan's heavenly gods also attacked, surrounding the Silver Snow Demon Witch clan's 2 heavenly gods. Screams instantly filled the air. Finally, the 3 members of the Silver Snow Demon Witch clan were thrown out of Soul Island. Although they weren't dead, their bones were broken, their faces twisted. A booming sound echoed. A massive crack tore through all the small worlds, extending to the Forbidden Zone outside. Some speculated that Immortal Valley was about to break apart. Everyone outside felt their hearts tremble and couldn't help but roar towards the sky. Immortal Valley contained immense opportunities. Whoever obtained them could stand at the pinnacle of eternity, achieving ultimate transcendence. Unfortunately, those above the venerable realm couldn't enter. Patriarchs could only watch helplessly. But now, with a crack appearing, perhaps their chance had come. Some patriarchs immediately sent out their treasures, focusing their power on the crack in the void. The native inhabitants of Immortal Valley were filled with fear. The crack trembled slightly. They could sense that someone outside was trying to force their way in. However, at this rate, it would be difficult to break the barrier. Because mysterious laws intertwined within the crack, it should be safe for a short time. But in the long run, after a few months, no one could imagine what would happen if the world broke apart. No one could imagine. Meanwhile, the disciples of the various sects within Immortal Valley were cheering. For them, this was the best news. They knew their own strength was insufficient, especially after witnessing the ancient kings. Those arrogant young experts had realized what frustration felt like. They desperately hoped for their sect's patriarch to appear. Then, all those ancient prodigies would be swept away, and they could seize the greatest opportunity of all time. However, with the immortal arena fully opened, many couldn't resist rushing towards the Cloud Realm. While in seclusion at the ancestral land, Number 10 felt somewhat melancholic upon hearing this news. The opening of the Immortal Arena was a good thing, but the large crack in Immortal Valley opening prematurely was a big problem. He had to race against time, rising to power before the outside world sect leaders entered Immortal Valley. He had to sweep away all enemies in the arena, otherwise, the true opportunity would likely elude him. Especially with the outside world's heavenly country, the demonic dragon sect, and other patriarchs who held grudges against him entering, it would be a dead end for Number 10. Suddenly, Number 10's body shook, and he coughed up blood. He sighed, "The Willow God's method is truly extraordinary. This is the method of life, the path to longevity. Once cultivated, aside from its terrifying offensive power, any injuries can be healed in the shortest time. And one's life essence will surge, blood chi overflowing, like a resurrected immortal, unmatched at the true God realm. However, the Willow God's method is difficult to master. To fully comprehend the laws of life, one must walk between life and death. And during cultivation, one needs to constantly burn oneself, consuming life essence. To gain, one must first lose. This is the embodiment of balance in the Willow God's method." At this moment, during his seclusion, Number 10 was in this precarious situation. His originally radiant golden body had lost its luster from burning his essence, appearing slightly withered. What troubled him most was that he was at a critical juncture in his breakthrough, yet the immortal arena had suddenly opened. But Number 10 had to go. For him, defeating all heroes as soon as possible and claiming the top spot would keep him further from danger, free from outside interference. Meanwhile, Number 10's body grew even dimmer, with blood chi erupting from within, transforming into flames, burning fiercely. From afar, Number 10's entire body was incredibly bright, like a golden inferno. But up close, it was a terrifying sight. This wasn't him breaking through, but constantly consuming his vigorous life essence. The 8-armed Hun clan experts were stunned. They then asked Number 10 if he needed help. They were even more worried than Number 10. If something happened to number 10, who would lift the curse from their clan? The old heavenly god mistakenly thought number 10 had gone astray in his cultivation, so he ordered someone to fetch a demon-dispelling pill. Number 10 told the old man that he hadn't gone astray, but was merely consuming his own blood chi. Hearing this, the old man immediately ordered someone to gather divine herb leaves. But number 10 stopped him. He couldn't stop now. Otherwise, the burning would intensify, like adding fuel to the fire. Number 10 couldn't move at the moment. His body was in a terrible state. His lifeblood was rapidly depleting. Number 10 finally understood why the Willow God had warned him to cultivate this method only when his strength was sufficient. Because it was essential to have surging blood chi and a flawless body. Please give us a like and subscribe, fellow Taoists. Let's continue our chat in the next episode.